Hello everyone, Sasha here, your Fudo evangelist with another week's edition of news from around the world with cybersecurity. And you probably noticed a little Christmas tree here because this is our Christmas newsletter, our Christmas session. So before we end the year, we want to just give you some interesting stories before we wrap up 2018. So our very first story goes over to NASA. So NASA has now announced this week that they have suffered a data breach. So this could actually be an insider attack. Could have been a former or a current employee. They're investigating that right now. But someone got access to some servers and a lot of personal information there. Personnel details including social security numbers and addresses. So we'll see where that leads. But of course, another prominent player here that has suffered a data breach. So we'll get more on that probably in the new year. Then moving on to Europe, where the EU Diplomatic Communications Office has apparently been hacked and breached, and actually information and diplomatic cables have been intercepted for a number of years. Now this is according to some reports, and also the New York Times did an edition on this. You can read up about this, of course, in our newsletter. We've got details there. So the sources have shown here that for many years, certain hackers have been intercepting really important EU communications on a diplomatic level. So that includes information about trade, also other kind of important deals that are going on the global stage. And there's some speculation, according to the evidence, apparently, that this is pointing in the direction of Chinese hackers. So let's see if that's going to be verified, but that's what people are saying at the moment. So interesting stuff there. Then over back to the US, and it looks like the United States Department of Defense has not learned their lesson. There was another random check done at 5 different ballistic missile sites across the country, and have given it a really bad grade. I'd probably rate it around like a D- or something to an F. Loads of cybersecurity weaknesses and vulnerabilities. I mean, we're talking about no data encryption, we're talking about no antivirus programs, no multi-factor authentication, certain patches that go back to 1990, so a big shambles in terms of security. So this should be, along with the story I covered, as you might remember, in October from the Government Accountability Office, that just shows that the whole entire US defense system is really vulnerable to cyber attacks. So there's another one. So hopefully they'll take notice now, because this is another worrying example, which should hopefully be confronted and cleared up. Now, the last story of the year goes into something that, of course, with security here, we like to keep everyone safe, and I hope that you're keeping safe and keeping your employees and your data safe. And of course, we do that through one of the mechanisms is passwords. So here's a little fun one. This is a report by an agency that has compiled from a lot of leaked passwords around the country in the US. The top 100 worst passwords. So it's all a list of, so you can see if your password is on that list, you should probably change it ASAP. I think the top one is the classic one for years. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, something very basic. So guys, it's so important to watch our videos where we tell you about what's a good password. We did a series not too long ago. Some of our staff telling you how to keep, what is a good password? What do I need to do with it? What does it need to look like? So watch those, and as always, stay safe, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a wonderful Happy New Year for all of you, to all of you around the world, from Fudo Security, from myself. All the best and stay safe. Take care. Bye. But it's a bad time, fines and true crime, when you get that data breach.
Get the data breach.
Yeah,
Like this?
exactly. Yes, exactly.
May I just sing, get the data breach, get a data breach.
I'm singing too low, so I need to sing higher. That's why you should sing as well, because you're higher voice.
Maybe we can use music. It will be more dynamic or something
Okay.
like this.
All right. I'm so happy I've got my Fudo with me, keeping data safe, all my data safe, with my new Fudo pen. Merry Christmas.